Hey, otakus, what's up? Um, this is a celebration video. It's a tribute video. But really, it's just a fan video. And I was a big fan of Mr. Romita's work. And, um, you know, we went hunting for Neil Adams' book, ironically, at Emerald City Comic Con. That was the book we were focused on. I must have, walked at least two times across the conference floor, visited every vendor at least once, um, asking about that book. Even the people you knew didn't have that book because they were selling different stuff. They weren't selling Silver Age stuff. It was just, yeah, we went looking for the Neil Adams book. No one had the low grade Neil Adams book. The ones that were, I guess, mid grade were just way above my budget. So we had to shift strategies, during the con. And this book came up, and I was like, yeah, that's another book I have to add to my collection right away. And we ended up picking up this book rather than the Neil Adams book. So that's my biggest pickup of the year so far. Yeah, I think that's the biggest book, almost one of the biggest books in my collection. And it's a good grade. It's a good grade. I know that cover's probably getting a lot of airtime on the tribute videos. If not, I'll make it the thumbnail of my video. Yeah, this is my copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 100. Iconic art by John Romita Sr., who really defined all these characters for us in the era that he worked on Spider-Man. So for me, Spider-Man, I've said this from, I think, the day one of my channel is Spider-Man is Romita Sr.'s character. Yeah, he didn't start with the book, but his run on the book defined the character and the villains and the backstory and the tragedies, the trials and tribulations and the moments of victory and joy and all that was great about those Stan Lee stories, was that it kind of flourished through Romita Sr.'s storytelling. So in Korea, when we lose a loved one, we drink. This is just a cultural. Koreans like to drink. So if you make any kind of excuse for them to actually really enjoy a drink or not enjoy a drink, is to have a funeral, right? Because people will drink. Even those that don't like to drink will drink. And that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm having some Scottish, small batch Scottish gin. I don't know where that came from. And some watermelon soda. I'm not selling stuff on this channel. This is the stuff that was in my home. And I created this little nice tonic soda, which we're enjoying. and remembering Romita Sr. So, like, I could go on like a whole thing about how. Well, let me start by saying I'm going to get real for a minute. I'm going to get very real for a minute, and ask people to go and get, um, try. I know there's issues with accessing healthcare right now, especially behavioral healthcare, but I'm experiencing those same issues of accessing behavioral healthcare. Um, but I know one thing that does help is comic book collecting. And so I'm saying if you're having issues with depression or you think you're developing some behavioral health issues, then go get yourself help. Okay, um, please. Getting yourself help is the best thing you can do, not only for yourself but just for everyone around you. Um, and it's important to feel, deal with your like emotions and find that inner voice. But for me, like, comic books are, I don't know, it's like it was there. Comic books were always there, um, because they're great. They tell these nice stories. It really broadens your imagination, and you develop a connection to these characters. You want to see the characters you know do the good, do what they're set out to do, and you want to see them win and succeed and have all that. And so that really, like, collecting that, I think, is really pretty cool. But when we lose people from the community, that's there's that to deal with as well. So I just feel like, when I see all the tributes on social media, I do feel like a connection with everybody in the community, because I think we all feel the same way. It's not something we have to like really vocalize, but we understand. Today we lost a big figure in this industry, this hobby. So like, I'm just having a drink and I'm reflecting on that. I'm enjoying his art. I'm having some salty Costco gourmet nuts. These are the extra fancy nuts. These are like macadamia nuts, cashews, Brazil nuts, and what else? Like, anyway, a bunch of fancy nuts. And I'm enjoying that. So, the other thing we were meaning to do today, before this news broke, is I've got two books. And what better way to celebrate a life and a legacy in comic books? And he lived to be 93. I doubt any of us are going to live to be that old. I I know I will not live to be that old. I'll be thankful if I reach 70. Okay, which isn't that far away, but thankful if I reach 70. And but to live to be 90, that's quite incredible. And we're I'll probably be going back and watching videos of interviews with him, and just I'll be doing that tonight. But just to kind of pick up on what some of his wisdom. I'm sure he had a lot of good, you know, sort of life lessons interwoven into those interviews. So hopefully, we'll engage that. I don't even know why I have this on. I was expecting people to come on and join me, but no one. Actually, I haven't put the link out, but I asked Naman to join me. Let me just check my messages, see if he responded. No. Okay. Well, he's probably it's probably late for him or doing something related to celebrating this himself. All right, so we got some comic books, and this is the one I'm going to open up first. And this is the one I'm going to open up after that. And background on this comic book is, as you know, I'm picking up books this summer. So for those of you just new to my channel and watching this for the first time, I do have more videos prior to this one, and I have a special side hustle where I'm working weekends, earning income that's all going into my comic book budget. And so with that income, sizable income, I mean, I think we may have as much as $4,000 by the end of summer. We could blow it on a $4,000 book. I don't know if there's a book out there that you want to blow $4,000 on, but I'm going to try to pick up a lot of the books that I want. Simple as that. So this is the book I want. This is one of the books I wanted, and we got a good deal from Rage Theo. Now I'd always been kind of like, if we have money, there are a few like places I would park my money and buy from. I've mentioned most of them on my channel, but there are a few more. And definitely, Rage Theo is one of those guys. I just feel like there's the way he is so professional, and he's honest and transparent and very quick with his service and communication. So, I mean, the guy's a great seller. And I knew that before I even bothered to buy. I just knew that. Seeing his entire sort of setup, his presence on Instagram, and all the work he puts in, you got that sense. And so I'd always said, like, if I ever get money and I have an item that I'm looking for, and I need to, maybe cut some deals. I mean, you are spending money, but you're spending more than you want, or more than I want, but you're getting the book at around or maybe less than what its fair market value is. So that's what I appreciate. Like, if you're going to get something like big, go there and look for it. And that's what we got. We got a big book, and I'm going to share what that book is. And we got a good deal on it. Again, I think he cut us a really good deal. I will share what I paid for this after we reveal what it is. So just give me a second here. Okay. So yeah, sure. If anybody's, I'm sure all of you know Rage Theo and have followed him. You're following him on Instagram, and you're maybe you bought from him before, but let me know your thoughts, because I definitely had a good experience. And I can see, I even asked him, like, hey, if you see books A, B, and C, please let me know. And I'll just get them from you. If you let me know what you want for them, I'll just get them from you. You don't have to put them up for the auction. And I don't know if he's going to be communicating. I don't know if he has the time to like answer messages like that. So we'll see what happens with that. This book. What's the best way to chronicle this book? It's just a iconic image and moment in the X-Men's history. I mean, it is a key book. It's, still the sort of the, it is the silver age of the X-Men run. Beautiful. Yeah, I love this book. We got X-Men 39. And this is a Schaffenberger cover. Wasn't too familiar with this work, but this image, I've seen this image so many times because this is, where they get their new costumes. The costumes that we kind of still classically associate with the X-Men. I know they have their original, their original X-Men uniforms, where it's all the same. That yellow, the yellow costumes. And then like having this sort of more 70s-ish, late 60s, early 70s-ish vibes, psychedelic vibes. That's pretty funky. So yeah, I mean, that's another thing about those auctions. I wasn't going in there to get this book, but when I saw it for the price, I was like, wow, I would buy that for that price. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And he threw in like a Ahsoka Tano card. Nate made it. And some I guess a thank you note and a little postcard, it looks like. Postcard, but it's I guess exclusive 15% off of something. I gotta open this up to see what the actual promotion is, but that's pretty cool. And for now, I'm just gonna kind of prop it up here so you guys can look at it. All right, so that's a big book, but this next book is the auction book. Okay, excuse me. The auction book. The auction book is basically a book I'd been tracking for 3 days. First off, I've been looking for this book pretty consistently since news broke of Marv Wolfman's, that we were going to SummerCon and then Marv Wolfman's going to be at SummerCon, so I'd get books signed by him. So I was basically like, okay, once we made the decision to go there because of Larry Hama, like all my plans changed and we kind of diverted like our focus to SummerCon and getting ready for that. And as I was looking through my, new Teen Titans run, and I was looking through, like Crisis on Infinite Earths. What else? Like there's a Batman issue that Wolfman wrote. I was just kind of scouring my collection, and for the books I wanted to get signed. And I shared that video where I go over the books I want to get signed. I wanted to get this book signed, but it was slabbed. So I went out and got another newsstand copy, not near mint, probably VF, probably the same condition as that, to be honest. We got it for like $15, and I was going to get that signed. So, what is this book, you're asking me? Let's find out. All right, I got a lot of funky garbage in here. Thanks for sending me the funky garbage. Oh man, this book, if this book is what it was advertised to be, I'll be extremely, extremely happy. And I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be the book. They packaged this up nice and secure. They understood. Oh. Well, you gotta do some surgery here. Some additional surgery. We'll get to it. This is just like over the top sort of packaging. Not very professional at all. There's like tape. I gotta move, I think, the book out of this. There's just too much tape here. Like, invest in some professional tape. This packing tape. This is just like Scotch tape. It's annoying. All right, let's see if I can get this off without doing anything. There we go. All right, well, that was annoying. There was just like tape on it, and I'm still not accessing the book yet. There's like two. Really? You had to put it in between. Okay, well, let me get it. Now I'm kind of wishing I wasn't drinking. Okay, we're going to deal with this live. There's nothing wrong with it yet. I just want to get it in a very nice bag and board. So I'm going to go away for a little bit, enjoy the background noise, and I'll be back. Um, well, there's a corner crunch here, and I think was part of the book, I guess. I mean, other parts of the book look fine. That corner crunch, though, is kind of not that it uh, eats into the excitement of this book at all, but in terms of grade, it's not as clean as we would have liked. Um, I still don't have a really good bag and board for this, so excuse me one more time. Okay, I found it. Um, let me just. I mean, I'll talk while I do this, but let me just kind of get set so I don't mess anything up here. Um. So yeah, let's. I'll tell the story of how I got this book. Okay, as we're getting into this. Okay, so basically, we made plans to go SummerCon, and Marv Wolfman is going to be at SummerCon, and we wanted to get some books signed by him. So I have books in my collection, but I didn't feel like they captured the moment. So I wanted to really get a book I could remember that experience by. And I just kept coming back to really one book. And it was a book we wanted to get signed. And that was this book. So I have it slabbed, but I went out and got another newsstand copy. It's not even a nicer grade. I'd say it's a worse grade. Certain aspects of it present better. I think it's a better presenting copy, but it's got this like slight, the ever so slight corner crease, like color breaking. So other than that little piece, that little piece is very significant because it'll knock it down some grades. But other than that, this would overall grade better than that one. And so what ended up happening was we got budget, we got money, so we're looking on eBay now for books and deals, and that's exhausting. But we got some. We got this book, so it wasn't all bad. Now, I just came across this book because I was like doing the search parameters, like we're looking for auctions for this book, buy it nows for this book, and nothing was really coming up because I would imagine it's a very scarce book, but we didn't see anything, so we thought, no, there's probably nothing there. I mean, I could get this slabbed, like copies of this slabbed for thousands of dollars, but I wasn't going to do that. My only sort of, I guess, outlet or hope with that would be to, um, you know, let me just do this real quick. Do I still need that? No. Okay. Put you to the side for now. And then I just want to get you nice into your new home, because we'll be taking you to SummerCon. You'll be meeting Mr. Wolfman. Get you nice and get you signed. Get you nice and signed. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to put this other copy in as well. So maybe we'll get both copies signed, because I don't mind having multiples of this book. And I don't mind having multiple signs of this book as well. We'll slide the whole thing in there. Make it double board it. Okay. I like it. I like how this has turned out. Comic fam, thanks for bearing with all these technical issues. Now I just need tape. Just need some tape. And I have a bunch of tape around me. I don't know why I can't find tape when I actually need it. Here we go. All right, so just put a little piece of clear tape on here and we'll reveal what I got. This is exciting. I mean, if you guys were you probably know what I have already, because I revealed it a bunch of times. But so we got this book. I want to say it wasn't even 2 weeks ago, right? We got this book. We showed it off. Did more planning, and then I realized this thing had come up on auction. It was incredibly low, and I said, you know what? We're gonna win this auction. And I really set my sights on it, and I strategized. I tried to get to know the other guy bidding against me, try to get his mindset. And I can tell he kind of showed his hand a couple times on some of the bids, so I could tell I had a chance. So this started out. What caught my attention in this auction and made me place my first bid was this was selling at the bid was $15 around roundabouts there, with $5 shipping to get this book. And there was like 3 days left on the auction. And let me just start off by showing what it is first. It's a signed copy, George Perez signed copy of Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7. Perez signature. Okay. Sitting there for $15, $5 shipping. So $20 to get this book. So I placed my bid. I raised it because he had set a limit, just I think slightly above. So I just kind of wanted to see what my kind of max roof was, where he had hit his roof, and it wasn't that far. He had set it for like a couple dollars above that, probably just like right above. So I put it like an initial bid, maybe 2 bids, and then I was on top. And that was around $17. And so I waited, and then he bumped it up to $19. So I just assumed, so he bumped it up, I think, one notch, 18.5 or whatever dollars. And he was the leader again. And it remained at like $17 or $18 for a long time. And then right at the D-Day, as we were counting down, I think with like about 10 hours to go, someone else had put in a bid and raised it to $21. So we're talking about now $21 plus $5 shipping, $26 for this book. still incredibly low, right? So people wanted to get this book at a bargain. I put my limit with the $5. I put my limit at 70. I said, okay, the highest I could pay for this book would be $75. Um, and so if we lost it at 75, I would just have to like give kudos to the other guy for bidding higher. But I felt like he would have probably could have put in a lower bid. So I thought 70 is where I kind of would max my spending out, which is still, like a huge increase from where that book was, $21. So I just raised like almost a $50 limit on that. And this ended up landing at $39.99 plus $5 shipping. So we basically got it for $45, under 50. And so what's the plan now, right? The plan is Mr. Wolfman is going to sign here or thereabouts, somewhere abouts, but have both their signatures on this book. That team, Wolfman and Perez, will be forever a true part of, like, true connection to them. So, yeah, I'm drunk. So I am really looking forward to getting this book, completing the sort of the arc of this book, and having it forever be in my collection with the two signatures, Wolfman Perez signatures on this book that I love. And, we might get this copy signed too, my newsstand, because if we are trying to sell a book, not that I'd sell this book, but if we're trying to sell the slab or something, it doesn't help it doesn't hurt to have a signed copy if you're ever going to sell it. So, we're celebrating. We're celebrating Romita Senior by really just it's like Christmas. I got the books that I wanted. I'm happy. I'm sad he's gone, but really the ones that, as a fan, I don't think being sad necessarily is fair to his legacy. So I'm just going to say, celebrating his work and all that is really kind of, I think, what he would want us to do, to just, remember his time here. And what an amazing time spent. What an amazing time spent as I look at another book. But that's what I picked up. So going over the two books again, we have we had two big ones today. We added both are auction. Well, not one's a live auction claim. Rage Theo, I got this for $39. Issue 39 for $39. That's quite that's irony right there for you. So yeah, really happy with this pickup. It's a low grade copy, but it's just incredible to look at. Yeah, love that iconic Cyclops look. It's really. And then we got a signed copy, George Perez, which we plan on getting signed by Marv Wolfman at SummerCon. And I don't know. Maybe we'll get it slabbed. We're debating that. I don't think it needs to be slabbed. Just, you know, there are um, some conditional issues with the copy, but it's it. I mean, it looks good. Looks good. That's all that matters. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this probably into a protective. Yeah, I'm gonna put it into. Well, this is pretty protective. I think this is one of those books I just want to handle always with care rather than have it sit in like a top loader. Okay, well, yeah, the vintage Cyclops look. I mean, there's variations, but the original one is, I think, these classic ones are definitely um, significant. Yeah, because it really set the tone for the Bronze Age. You know, set the tone for Bronze Age. This is kind of the team we see in these costumes when the new team comes in. So happy to have that book. And then um, again, the Perez signature. You know, like I have this Perez signature of a Black Widow cover that he did on Marvel Fanfare, and I got that for $15. And basically, I was going to get that signed by Wolfman because I just wanted both of their signatures on the same book, like them next to one another. And I basically, yeah, took that um, concept and I was like, well, let's get a book where they both worked on it. And I started looking for George Press signatures. And of course, this was the ultimate signature book I was looking for. Like, I didn't want Deathlock, you know, his first artwork. I wanted a key um, Wolfman Perez book. So maybe something in the New Teen Titans, maybe something uh, on one of these Crisis on. And then when I got to thinking, no, this is really sort of the like the Secret Wars of the DC universe, right? This is a really critical um, sort of mass event or mass uh, publishing event that if you're reading DC, this was it, right? This was the big sort of moment, and it was. I think this is going to be a really pivotal book in the DC storytelling. I think it logically things are they're going to introduce Crisis at some point, right? So there's a little bit of, I guess, a speculation factor as well to it. So I don't mind having three copies. I think I will keep three copies because they're all distinct. One's a slab, one's a similar grade but raw with potentially Wolfman's signature on, and one is just this is just like Hall of Fame book right here. This will be a Hall of Fame book, a Wolfman Perez signature copy from the Copper Age. Thanks, guys. Thanks, K-pop. Yeah. Well, this is not a farewell. The farewell was we've been drinking. Okay, so we've been drinking and celebrating life by being happy, not sad. And what better way to be happy than to unbox these works of art? This is what for you guys late to joining. This is what I just unboxed. I had 2 shipments, one from Rage Theo, one from an eBay auction that I won. Talked all about, I'm showing the wrong book here. Talking all about how I got into this auction and sniped a winning bid. I bid $70. The guy had also set a max bid at the very end. He set his at $39. So I won the auction at $39, $39.99, plus the $5 shipping. So paid $48 for this book. Under 50, $48 for this book. So just extremely happy to unveil that. I hope you've seen, you're looking at my pickups and being like, yeah, wow, way to go. Because I'm picking up some big books, and with all the signatures and stuff coming up, it's going to ramp up. We're going to come back from, let's see here, I'm just going to close it. We're going to come back from, right, $48, right? Now I want to display it. I think I know how to do it. I think I need to get more top loaders. I think that's just a good investment to make. And I know that's really random, but making the having to kind of shift the collection every time to make space, because we want to put it, we want it really protected. That's getting to be a real chore now. There we go. So let's see here. Where to put this signature? Such a big one. I think I've discovered a solution here. Okay, so let's make sure that's there. Take both of these out. Let's slide this in here. Hopefully it'll just go in there nice and smooth. It looks to be doing that. And this is going to cause some issues here. Maybe not. There we go. All right, so we got in a top loader. Looks good. And we'll get that signed by Wolfman. Actually, they're coming up very soon, in about next week. Yeah, we're getting this book signed next week, which is going to be a huge moment. That'll be a fun moment. And I'm going to keep this out of the, just going to keep them kind of stacked here at the top drawer. All right, well, we'll come back to that. Oh, sorry to drive you nuts with the live session sort of issues that pop up. Yeah, I mean, I think I started off kind of with a rant saying, get yourself checked out, get your, if you need, if you're suffering from some like issues with your mental health, you know, definitely seek out help. Don't feel ashamed, because it's getting better. It's getting yourself health care. Think of it as health care. Like if you had a cancer, right, you wouldn't let that fester. You'd want the doctor to cut it out and deal with it. So it's the same concept when it comes to your mental well-being. So get yourself checked out, talk to people, and get help. And I will say this, like, I've had issues accessing behavioral health. So, I mean, it's like all of us probably are experiencing that. That's cool too, because there are things like comic books. And I honestly think comic books are having a very therapeutic effect on me and allowing me to just kind of enjoy life, by picking up stuff like this. I know, and there's you shouldn't really put your joy into these like uh, objects. Like, I mean, my point is, like, you wouldn't want to let material things kind of dictate what makes you happy. At least it shouldn't. But I will say, you know, this isn't just any kind of uh, it's not a material thing if you think about it. It's a material thing in the sense that it's a book, but that's a great thing about books, right? Not No two are really ever the same, right? Um, and so they carry so much in their pages, just like wisdom and great stories, and like it's just a reflection of who we are, and that's what I think. Staying connected with you guys, staying connected with the community members here. This online community is really a great thing, because you're creating these interactions that are real. Like they're real connections. They're not the physical ones that we're used to, but at the same time, like we're very well connected. We follow each other. We kind of know what's going on in everyone's life. So it's really cool. And SummerCon is also going to be an opportunity to go offline and hang out. Like I think Damien and Bueller are going to be down, with sort of like a Portland crew, and then Agu's coming. Well, he still hasn't really committed, but he said he may come. I think he'll be there. And then I don't know if Brandon's going to be there. Um, I think he wants me to go down to Rose City Comic Con and pick up stuff for him, but I don't know if I think he's still on the fence about going to SummerCon, and I want to encourage him to come out. Yeah, it's a farewell. Hyung, you want to hop on? I'm going to send you the link, Young, if you want to hop on. I don't think Young's seen my big book yet either. Got to get it out again. Hang on, Young. I'm going to send you the link here. How do I invite? There we go. I'm going to send you the link, and you can join. And we'll talk about the Bronze Age if you want. I'll get my headphones on too. Should Young pop in? Oh, okay. So where was I going with this? Yeah. Comic books are therapeutic. Yeah, they're therapeutic. And I think it's a good. I mean, the entire industry and hobby is not like perfect. There's like elements of the hobby that, you know, there's an ugly side to collecting as well. So scammers, you know, people just out to make a quick buck, and you know, they don't understand. They don't have the appreciation that we do. So yeah, anyway, just preparing for all this stuff is really taken my mind off my family being gone. And hey, what's up, Young?
What's up? What's going on?
I'm just drinking, man. Drinking to the man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Drinking to
Uh-oh.
so having some gin and soda.
Uh-oh. Daggone it. I ran out of my beer.
You're not drinking tonight?
No, I
You
gotta work.
always
I'm working today.
you're always drinking.
Yeah, not tonight. I don't have my beer with me. I was preparing to go to, so I have to catch up because I gotta use the 2 weekends to.
Oh yeah, for Heroes Con. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta just
Heroes
do
Con,
work
so
straight.
yeah.
No worries. If you don't have time, you don't have to. You don't have to
Hey,
jump on.
K-pop, Noran, CJ. Oh, you can't say hi to CJ. He'll get mad. And okay, so yeah, he's a very peculiar. He wants you to say thank you on every video, but he don't want you to say hi on every meetup.
Young, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna show you the big book I got. Did you see?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So what's this about?
So you know that I picked up this book recently, right?
Oh, I love that book.
Yeah. You know I
Yeah,
picked it up, right?
yeah.
Well, I got another copy of it today.
Oh, better
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Oh, signed by whom? Oh,
George Perez.
oh. So that's Farewell. Okay, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. Who passed the senior pass, right? The
Oh, this is in his book. John Romita Sr. This is nothing related to John Romita Sr.
okay. So okay.
This was an unboxing. I got this
Oh,
before the new.
big year too. Okay.
I got this before news broke. I just and this is a George Perez book, not a John Romita Sr. book.
Okay, never mind. I'm really confused.
Yeah. So, but that's a big book I got.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take that to. I mean, you're gonna meet Marv Wolfman too, right?
What's Mark Wolfman's?
Or maybe you're not meeting Marv Wolfman. I'm meeting Marv Wolfman. He's a writer for that book.
Oh, I see. I see. Is he at the Heroes Con?
He's
You
gonna be
can
at
see him
summer.
for now. Now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was gonna jump off, but so are you familiar with John Romita Sr.?
I mean, I've seen his work. I mean, I think he does good work, but yeah, I don't know him that well. I didn't follow him
Mm-hmm.
that well.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he from my era? Is he from my time?
Yes, very much from your time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a John Byrne kind of guy.
Yeah. He did the all sort of the late silver, early Bronze Age work for Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a little circumstance video, so I learned a little bit about him. I'm not very what do you call it, knowledgeable in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I really I
But
watched this. I
I hate
watched
to see
this.
an
Mhm.
artist pass away like that. Right after Dicko. Yeah, yeah. The circumstance mentioned that in his video.
Yeah, right after Ditko.
Yeah.
It was a
All right.
pivotal. It was actually
CJ.
a pivotal moment because I think Stan Lee starts telling a different. I mean, it's just a development of the character and the story, but Stan Lee takes the story into a whole new direction, right? Kind of brings more current social, like young adult issues into the comic book, and yeah, it's just it really sets the foundation for what we think of as the modern Peter Parker and all the villains and the characters created there. I mean, that's Romita Sr.'s legacy in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I came here when I was like 11. I didn't speak the language, and when I collected these comic books, I may even have some of his books. I don't,
I'm sure you have many of his books. You just don't
yeah.
know they're his.
And at the time I was a fan of DC, not a Marvel.
Hey CJ, how are you? Did you collect Romita Sr.?
Sounds like he
What
has.
what books do you have? I think you have like early Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I kept up with the people like Mike Grill, uh, Stranko, Jim Stalin. That's about it, I think. And the Frazetta, but I didn't know it. I didn't know how to pronounce his name either. So
Frank Frazetta.
yeah,
So
like
I
Jim Byrne,
also
it took me forever to remember Jim Byrne.
yeah. So I also did not grow up in the era of John Romita Sr. It was way before my time. But as a comic book collector, when you get into comics and you start reading Spider-Man books, you eventually come across a lot of John Romita Sr. art. And I think the first time I really have a connection with it, was watching the old Electric Company because um, they had like a Spider-Man feature, and they would feature some of that Romita Senior art.
In
And
the
then there
electric
was the
company, that the Spider-Man was his name.
yeah,
Okay.
and they would
Like
feature.
those.
There was a line of Electric Company's Spidey books that ran for maybe 100 issues.
Yeah, if I could find the electric company comic book, I will snatch those up if I could.
They're
I
cool.
didn't know
Yeah,
there was Rumita Senior's book.
they're more light. They're kind of like the made for kids version of the Spider-Man, so they're not like intense stories, but they're fun. The art is
I mean,
really
I'm
incredible.
horrible at Trivia Pursuit. By the way, you're gonna tell me what the OTG Farewell mean?
Farewell to John Romita Sr.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, oh, okay, okay, okay. Never mind. Oh, you were talking about like mental health and all that, and I'm going, geez, what's going on?
Oh no, 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 nothing like that.
Yes, rest in peace. How old was he?
93.
93. Okay.
Mhm.
Did he? Uh, when did he stop working?
I mean, he was working. He was doing interviews just even like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like he's been like doing like he's to live to 93. That's a good life.
So
And his son is a comic book artist as well,
yeah,
John
yeah,
Romita Jr.
yeah, yeah. Junior.
I love Junior's work too.
So
They're just very different.
did Senior ever work on DC books?
Um, I he did more recently. He did a Superman cover.
Oh, more recently.
Yeah, more recently.
Oh,
I'm sure he did a bunch of concept stuff for DC over the years. So
hmm. Yeah. Well, that's yes. It was sad to hear.
so give us an update on your HeroCon plans.
Hmm?
Your HeroCon plans.
Hello, Sleepy.
What have you prepared?
I, I'm like working my ass off trying to catch up with my work so I could go there. So I didn't have much to prepare.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna get I got the Spy Man. You see my Spy Man. I got the so that's the first Stranko's work. So I'm gonna get that
Hey,
signed.
you want Sleepy to? I bet Sleepy would have a lot of really nice things to say about
John Romita.
John Romita Sr. You want to get him on?
Yeah. You want me to post the link publicly or?
Yeah, yeah. Sleepy, if you want to join, and we're kind of celebrating the life with some drinks and talking about comic books. The way I think
Yeah,
Romita Sr. would
invite
want us to
Sleepy
remember
too
him.
if you don't. I mean, he probably knows a lot about John Romita.
Okay, he says he's not free.
Yeah. Yeah. So John
So
Romita Superman issues. What would be the Superman issue that I have that is on the John Romita work?
it would be a modern book.
John Romita Senior.
Oh wait, he did the Spider-Man. You have his cover. The Spider-Man, Superman.
Well, is that the John Romita's work?
That's I think John Romita's art. Check it. It's either him or Neil Adams. It's got to be one of those two.
Well, no, I know Superman was Neil Adam. I mean, he did the face.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh
But
man,
like,
so all his books gonna go up in it.
yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, it is. Jeez, that's I got John Romita's Senior's art book.
Go get it. Go get it.
All right, I'll go get it. Uh,
So, Damien, are you listening in the car? You're gonna like what I picked up for the summer con. That's what I picked up. I don't know if you can see it, but I picked up Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 7, The Death of Supergirl, and it's a sign. So it's a direct copy, signed by George Perez, and it's in a
Yeah,
probably
Spider-Man
a
rating cover is going to go up in price. I'm not going to be able to purchase it anymore. I mean, man just died, and I'm worrying about my wedding covers.
yeah.
It's not right.
Don't do that,
Huh?
Don't do that. Don't be
Yeah.
that guy.
Don't be that guy, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, this is the.
See, that's beautiful. I want that so badly now. I want that so badly now.
So that's a general. This is a. I told you people need to get this. I know you did that. I just saw that, CJ. You could show off your book if you want, man.
He
Oh,
has the Spider-Man wedding.
I'm sure he has everything. The CJ he has a lot. He's like a hidden. He has a hidden treasure. Like he's like a freaking dragon. He don't let nobody know what he has.
He's a hoarder too, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. I'm sure I have a lot of Spider-Man books that he did that I don't even know. Oh, let's see. Spider-Man on issues by John Romita Sr.
Yeah, he's a definitive Spider-Man. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Because if you look at the original design, the Ditko design of Spider-Man, with the webbing and stuff, that didn't survive. None of that survived. That iconic look, that's still with us today. So that if that doesn't stamp his identity on the character, I don't know what else would.
I have a this book.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any big books.
Well, I think that Treasury Edition is pretty big.
Yeah. Well, it was about $200 for this book.
Did you pay? How much did you pay?
I paid like $2 plus shipping.
No way.
No,
Serious?
that was when I was a kid. I was a kid.
Oh, when you were a kid.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for the copy that you have now?
When I was a kid.
Oh, you had that from the kid when you were a
Yeah,
kid.
well, this is from my childhood.
No way.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Yeah. This is like, I didn't even cut this out.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
a nice book to have.
it's books from your child has more personal attachment to me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Stranko, I'm taking some Mike Grill's book with the Odegawa
Oh yeah. Okay.
and James Stollen's. I think I have a James Stollen book. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Yeah, you know that what the one of the new books with the Thanos and with the Foley stuff.
Uh huh.
I haven't packed yet. I'm working. I think I'll be there like late at Friday night, CJ. I got too much to do. What else I'm doing? Yeah, I'm just going over there to hang out with the people. I'm not too much into signing books. I mean, I'll get people's signatures and stuff, but maybe buy some prints. Definitely going to stop by at Dave Nakayama's booth.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. Are you gonna live stream that?
Oh no, I don't think I'm going to. I don't think that there's going to be live stream. It's going to work well. Might as well film it in good quality.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, looking forward to that video. Hell, I'm gonna be interviewing. I'm gonna try to interview Larry Hama.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be back. Can you hold on?
Yeah.
Okay. And CJ's already packing. He's really he's really prepared. He's more prepared than you. He lets on. Let me see if I can put my camera down.
So, if you're just joining right now, I picked up this book. And I think it captures how we're all feeling right now. I know I'm just like putting on this sort of like celebratory face to, um, you know, remember, basically remember him in a positive light. Um, and really all the impact that he had on comic books, right? That influence. It was Romita Senior's art driving the sales of Spider-Man. That revenue kind of trickled down into across the industry and supported artists and the medium went full head on into the copper age. So it was just this like he's a chain in the long legacy of comic books, but man, was his chain so influential to everything that we have today. I'm just talking about the pop cultural. Like, let's say Romita wasn't there and some other artist, like um, what's up, Vic? So what was I trying to say? Basically, there is no Spider-Man if Romita Senior hadn't taken over the run. It would be a very different Spider-Man than what we know today. Let's just put it that way, right? Spider-Man would probably still be around, but would he be a character like Kazar, you know, or would he be the multi-billion-dollar blockbuster merchandise selling superhero, really the flagship character of the Marvel brand, would we see that empire? And my answer is probably not. Right? Probably not. I am kind of taking it hard. It's. Wait, do I have to let Vic in? Sorry, man. Hang on, Vic. What's up, man?
I was offended. I'm like, oh, I see how it is. Just like CJ now.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I actually bought my first Ramita Senior comic.
Oh yeah.
It's coverless, but still.
Oh, it's like a original Silver Age.
Let
You
me
want to show
grab
the?
it up.
You want to?
It's
show
an
the book
older
off?
Spider-Man. Honestly, I haven't. I'm poor. I'm a pirate. So I've seen Ramita's work. It's just not on the most legitimate of ways. But I thought I'd give him enough respect to, physically be able to look at some Ramita Spider-Man. It's crap. What is it? It's Marvel Tales, but
Oh yeah. That has his cover and the interior are. It's a reprint. The Marvel the Marvel tales are all reprints of Spider-Man.
they're all Spider-Man. Yeah. Uh, I have a lot of respect for Ramita as an artist, especially as someone who mildly dabbled in romance comics. I have to respect him. And bringing the elegance he did to Marvel instead of that. Ditko's a great artist, but it was unbelievably just grotesque how he constructed his figures. Like, have you seen a Superman? Disgusting.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna say Ditko is a better artist than than
You'd be
Romita Senior.
surprised.
No one's saying that. I don't. Well, I mean, Ditko is a great artist too. They stylistically very different. So that's why I'm saying like the Spider-Man we know today. If it hadn't been for and art is so important on what how we define characters, right? That first image, that the the images that carried the story, because that's our memory of the character in the story, right? Our visual connection is as deep as the narrative component, the auditory component. So when he started doing art on the book, I think it was a good time because it was like the 70s. It was kind of like people were, pop art was like really thriving. People like the sort of the
Vivek,
bold primary colors. Um,
Yeah, no.
it was just a good time, I think, to be an artist in the industry because you had Neil Adams, you had guys like Romita Senior. They were really sort of the two greats of their era, right? And they're both undeniably the people I most associate with in terms of bests. I think if you go and watch my top 10 artists, it's literally that order. It's like Romita Senior, Neil Adams, and then Jim Lee.
yeah, I was still mourning. I mean, I've been mourning for Kim Jong Un still because I watch all his videos lately. and I'm trying to draw without reference and without the underdrawings, using just ink brush, because it's really hard to draw with ink. The way he holds it, from
You are braver than me.
what? Why?
You gotta have your pencils for your inks when.
Yeah. So it's no. I'm improving. That's what I could say. Yeah, I'm improving. But this ink is really good for this kind of art, I think. I need to learn how to do the light in the background instead of dark in the background. But yeah, like, just to exercise my muscle.
Listen, if you're doing sequentials, here's what you do. If there is no use for a background, you just do some cross hatching like it's a gold.
So I'm
It's acceptable enough.
just practicing.
Vic, have you had a chance to look through that Marvel Tales comic book?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What do you think of his sequential work?
Well, back in that day, you actually had to have skills in storytelling to, make it in comics. So, of course, everything's clear. You could be illiterate and understand what's going on, which is what you need to be as a comic book artist. You need to be able to tell a story without the words.
Yeah, and those are probably directly the words of Romita Senior because
Yeah.
he wrote the manual on comic books, pretty much.
Is he the one who wrote the Draw the Marble Away?
Oh, so this isn't my first Romita work that I've seen.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, that I physically own,
No. Probably not either.
Yeah. Because I have How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, think about it. The Spider-Man, the Ditko Stanley Spider-Man, as
Was
great as it.
grotesque.
Well, if you go back and read the stories are really kind of dumb. It's like Spider-Man goes to, he discovers his powers, right? And he wins this wrestling match, and they pay him I think it was like $250 or something. That was the prize money.
That was like 3 months' rent back then, though.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting caught on the details. The point of the story is he can't cash the check because the bank needs a social security number. And he wants to maintain his secret identity. He doesn't want to reveal that he's Peter Parker, right? So
Why
he
not
says,
just come with a different freaking mask?
well, it's made out
dumb.
to like Spider-Man. He made it out to Spider-Man, and he can't come as Peter Parker and cash a check, right? So
I mean this in the nicest way possible. Stanley was a dialoguist. Those stories were entirely the artist back then, So he
yeah,
pretty much just
yeah. The story had no sub. My point I'm trying to make is
yeah.
the early Spider-Man had no substance. It was like basically, so he can't cash a check. He needs to make money. So what does he do?
He
He
starts
goes,
an OnlyFans.
no, listen, he goes to the Fantastic Four and asks if they need a superhero because he's willing to, you know, basically,
Pimp himself out.
well, pimp himself. You could say that, but I'm just saying he's willing to contract his powers to join them and become the Fantastic Five. He wanted to like join their
Yeah.
organization,
But they
but
donate
they don't. The thing is,
all
they don't generate income, right? They're fighting superheroes isn't like generating revenue, right? So I'm fighting bad guys, right? So Spider-Man leaves, and I just find that whole arc just ridiculous for a first issue, right? It's just ridiculous. So luckily, we got Stan Lee to start really like writing a better story, and that
well
we got that through Romita's artwork.
it
'Cause,
that also comes from Ditko. His objectivism didn't allow him to have his heroes have a moral conflict. So they had to be, I'm doing this because it's good. I'll go do. There wasn't any substance because Ditko wouldn't work with substance
Mhm.
that was against his viewpoints. Like it, Ditko was a stubborn man.
How do you know all this?
He studied Ditko.
Eh. I've studied Kirby and I've studied creator rights and you know how the creators back then got screwed over
Oh yeah, they
always
got
comes
screwed.
up.
They got screwed over big time.
Yeah.
The writers did too, though.
Uh, yes, like Steve Gerber, for example. He vowed to
Actually,
never.
I actually like origin Spider-Man origin story.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, the origin story is fine. I'm just saying that first interaction with Fantastic Four,
Stupid.
it was a dumb way to move the plot.
yeah. You got. I mean, these books are written for kids, guys. I mean, like,
Uh,
That's
the
true.
the point was to be able to be read by a Marvel crowd, by a college crowd, according to Stan.
how long ago?
No, that was during the Bronze Age, though.
That was as soon as the Silver Age started. The Bronze Age, it was just back to stupidity. Like, it was meant to be, oh, a kid can read this, but a college crowd can also.
Well, I mean,
play it.
you know, so before
College kids aren't that mature, anyways.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean about me? I'm a step below that. Dang, I mean, I see how it is. I'll remember this.
Look, I mean, you have to look at it from different lens. You can't look at it from your present knowledge with all the knowledge you got from internet.
Yeah. Granted, back then we had to fight the communists.
Yeah, it was
Report
a
'em.
Cold War brewing.
Yeah, people weren't the smartest back then. They didn't know what we know now.
I think I don't know how long was since when I was back in 70.
That's 60 years ago.
75, 76, people were getting driver license at age of 15 and a half, age 16.
Yeah,
People
that's a
drove early.
bad idea. Someone at 15 and a half on the road, that's...
Yeah, but we also had a lot of teachers too. When I got my license, I saw how my wife got her license in Virginia, and I got my license my kid's license in Virginia. And when I used to get licensed, I had to go out there. In Oklahoma, there's no need to parallel park, but I had to do all the parallel park, how to park my car uphill, how to park my car
Come
downhill.
on, I'll be back. Okay.
I had
Hang
to
on.
drive the partial highways, how to change lanes, all that. It took like 30 minutes to an hour to get the test done. Here, they just make my son go through the circle, one circle block. That's it. Less than
Yeah,
5 minutes, and they say, "Okay, you passed." I'm going. You really saw how the guy drove in 5 minutes, but that's how they do here.
oh,
So
that's how they do currently, you know? That's just kind of how it is. We do, instead of doing a practical test, we do a written test.
yeah. So,
It's dumb, but still.
but what I'm saying is that you can get your driver license a lot easier than back when I was a kid.
Yeah,
And
because we're so much smarter. Come on. You guys weren't intelligent enough to eat Tide Pods.
what was the Tide Pods?
Yeah, you wash them down with some Windex. It's great.
Dude, we created all your electronics, okay?
Uh, uh,
We created all those things, so
your
you don't
generation
even
did
know
not.
what it's like to live without a internet.
I know what it's like, man. You know why?
Are you blaming? What are you blaming us for? I want to know.
No, he's blaming
Not
you.
blaming. I'm saying my generation's filled with morons who eat Tide Pods and read manga.
Oh, I see.
I got a problem with manga. I know that might be hard for you since you're a Peach Momoko stalker, but
Manga's awesome.
Manga's awesome. What are you talking about, bud? I
We
grew up
love
with
manga.
manga or manga.
here's my problem with it. People are just like abandoning American comics for being stupid when manga's just as stupid.
Yeah, but
No, okay, no, that's not quite what's happening. What's happening is comic books don't have um, compelling stories that capture young
That
audiences.
they
Manga
aren't
does.
willing to try it because they see it. It's not a problem of capturing young audiences. It's that people aren't willing to try it anymore.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I,
just saying manga. Manga is Japanese comic books.
yeah, that
So they're marketed to Japanese people. They're not marketed to Americans. Now, where Americans want access to it is where you get this localization that happens with translation. You get the comicos. You get because manga's been
you
part of
get your
Japanese
own Wolfen
culture
Club and
since
everything.
since the 19th century.
Like what is it? What's the bat? Uh, I can't. Golden Bat. The Golden Bat, right?
Uh huh. Hmm.
Uh, uh, have you seen the really bad like where there were a bunch of Korean guys that made bootleg movies of the Golden Bat? They are beautifully horrible.
I haven't seen that.
way I read it when I was reading it. First of all, I didn't understand the English language, and even to this day, I read. I mean, I just mostly look at the picture and try to tell what the story is
Yeah.
about.
And you
At
can't
most,
tell.
I read the dialogue. At most, I don't. I try not to read those little square text in square box.
The narration.
Yeah, but
We are over
I want the
reliant
story.
on.
Then I read a book. I would, I could read all these books and I could visualize things in my head with the books. Like Stephen King writes. I mean, all these
Uh,
writers they make visual images in your head with their writings. The comic book
it,
they make a visual things in art. So to me, a comic book is art book rather than something that's something that's literary. To
the
me, anyway.
that the point of a comic is to merge those two. Because you can look at a painting and a story be told, but the sequential art to tell a story was just created to mash together our favorite parts where we could
So
be
Vic,
lazy.
I want to go back to your point. You said manga is killing American comic books, right?
I'm saying that no one in my generation reads American comics. That
And so why is that? Is that the fault of manga or is it the fault of
it's
the
not
comic
the
book industry?
it's the fault of the people. I can give them some Fantagraphics. I can give them Love and Rockets. I can pass some Sandman. But no, just the fact that it's an American comic kills it for them.
And
Yeah, I think you're making a harsh
these are
judgment.
manga people who your friends who collect manga.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not everybody has to like the same stuff you like,
Yeah,
right?
I know, but
Yeah.
y-
And that's cool that they like manga and you like American comic books. And if
the,
they if you
the,
get influenced by them, that's cool. If they get influenced by you, that's cool. But if no one gets influenced by anybody, that's cool too. So you
my,
know,
my point is they aren't willing to try it.
Well, maybe
But
that's the. I mean, it's a this
I
what do
got
you think
I
it
gotta
is
say
about
this
that?
about
Okay,
manga though.
it's anecdotal.
Manga's pretty awesome.
yeah,
And manga, I mean, if anything's gonna steal American comics thunder, it would be manga because manga is a better version of comic book conceptual storytelling.
uh, it it's a better packaged version. I'll say that.
I need to try the webtoons. I understand Koreans are really good at webtoons.
Yeah, they're getting TV shows off of Webtoon now. It's crazy to me.
Manga style, aka webtoons.
Can you highlight K-pop's comment because she's spot on.
This one,
No,
this one.
manga style. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that what I'm saying is it's better packaged. Yeah, but it's also killing the creators. Very.
Everyone has different tastes. Don't knock what someone loves because you don't understand it.
I wasn't knocking
He
it.
wasn't knocking it. He was just saying like he was getting frustrated that people aren't giving American comics their love. And
I,
Vic,
they
I,
don't give them
that's
the
it.
time of day. There's this
Well,
refusal.
I'm just saying, like that's cool. You will find kids of your age who collect comic books. Just hang out with those guys then.
No, the thing is, you got so much choices nowadays. You guys got tons of choice. You could, like Ben said, you
Back
could
in
go
my
watch a
day, we had
TikTok, go watch YouTube, go watch webtoons, watch all the streams that your parents pay for.
Yeah,
I mean, and
you
then
guys have a way too much content to
you got
pour through.
video games. I mean, you got how
So
many consoles?
it
Video
makes
games?
sense. Not everybody's into the same things,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like you have us. We like comic books. You're hanging out with us, so that's
old
cool.
man.
Old men, but that's
Old man and young man.
that's
Yeah, I
maybe some young guy like you will watch us and think, hey, I want to hang out with those guys or something. I don't know. But the point is like there are a lot of people who love comic books. I can attest to the economy, the economic um, driver of this hobby. So it's generating millions of dollars in sales, probably billions if we do the industry wide. So the health of the American comic book industry is good. It's good. So until
now
people
we're
stop
gonna.
by until
Oh,
people stop buying comic books and watching movies and doing all this, hobbying and collecting around comic book, um, it's it's going to survive. I mean, a new generation is just going to have a different take on what it means to like Marvel. Oh, I like the movies. They like the movies. Getting them all the way down to the base level of comic books is don't fight it. It's
Listen.
it's already happened, and you know, this niche community of collectors will survive because we'll teach my kid's going to appreciate comic books. He doesn't have to collect it and love it, but he's going to appreciate it. So
You're just gonna
that's
like
as much
have
as
a
you can do.
belt and just like, hey, if you don't finish that freaking issue, I will hit you. That I don't know. I thought it was funny. Bad joke, my bad. Child abuse isn't funny.
That's not funny. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, don't force people to do stuff. I don't I
Yeah.
don't I don't I don't
Just
force
think
people.
of it positively, right? Just think of it positively. You don't have to like see things as like, oh, this is black and white, and if they don't like this, then I don't want to have anything to do with them, because that's
Don't
not
be Ditko.
a well. Ditko had everybody. I think has their contributions to the industry. Ditko definitely, you can't deny the fact that his art created everything that this the character stands on. He's the one of the pillars. But
But
I'm just saying, like, we would the character have survived in its form if it weren't for the contributions of Romita Senior. That's just the point I'm trying to make.
what I was saying is that is him. His whole belief system rotates around everything is black and white, and if you disagree, you are evil.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's not cool.
Eh, it's kind of fun to
Yeah.
look at, but other than looking at it, like trying to have that as your beliefs in practice will make you insane.
Here's what here's the way I became friends with my kids. I read what they like instead of trying to teach them to read what I like. So,
Just do what I do. Whenever you see a kid come into the comic shop with cards, grab something from the dollar bin, throw it to him, pay for it, indoctrinate the children.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that it's a waste of money. Honey, sometimes though, and I'm like, I wish I bought that for myself because I know this kid's just gonna wipe his with it.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I, I like comic books. I mean, it should be pretty obvious, right?
Wait, you actually like these things? I thought they were investments.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm not getting rich off these things.
no.
You're getting poor off these things. Everyone is.
I think that's the astute observation to make. I'm getting poor because of these things. Um,
Wait, did you got the George Perez signed one, right?
yeah.
That listen,
I'm never going to sell this.
if if that is ever anywhere close to me, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I will rip it out of your hands with no hesitation.
Well, I hope you don't do that.
I'm gonna mug Otaku like next. I'm going to go to Gym City Con just to steal from him.
I see. Well, don't steal from him.
Yeah.
Don't steal from me, please. This is a big book, though. I got it. Let's show it off again.
Nice.
Have I convinced you to look into those George Perez Thunder agents?
I think you mentioned it to me before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but you said it's Thunder Agents.
Yeah. This comic is crazy because it had this lawsuit around it because the characters were believed to be public domain.
Was that it? Was that in the 90s or
80s, I believe.
80s? I'll check it out.
Want me to like show off a few pages?
A few what?
Pages.
Yeah, sure.
See if I can find the thing because I have everything.
This is
packed
George
up.
Perez.
George Perez, Gil Kane, Ditko.
Whoa, Gil Kane too.
Oh, Gil Kane did the original Thunder Agent series.
Sorry, we don't have a what do you call those hashtag look at me videos clip.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. Let's be honest, CJ doesn't let me on there. That's not anything to me.
Well, be fair, on CJ channel, you get
It's horrible.
upgraded.
Yeah, like after dark, it goes to whatchamacallit.
Pretty R-rated or X-rated.
Yeah.
It gets X-rated.
They get
CJ?
pretty
No.
nasty.
I don't think you
CJ?
can get that rated on YouTube.
Not our beloved CJ. He would never go X-rated. He's not the Howard Stern of the comic book community.
Then you see the random boxes. I cannot find it, but I do have George Perez Malibu.
Oh yeah, nice.
Which,
Like-
what?
You said you recommend it?
Yeah, I'll recommend anything with George Perez art just to flip through. Like, I've found really bad indie books that I've bought just because someone commissioned a Perez cover. Trying to find a good page.
What does best match mean?
Besmirch.
Don't talk bad. Don't talk badly about his channel.
I didn't talk bad about his channel.
He was talking.
Everybody here has watched your channel. I don't think
Yes.
we're giving them any new information.
Did you hear that?
That's your. Yeah, is it you? Your parents? You have to go to sleep?
Don't have to go to sleep. They heard a dog and about killed the thing. Because, well, how do I put this? If you just stumble into a dog at night, it feels.
All right, let's let Vic deal with what he has to deal with.
Okay.
All right, young. I'll see you later. Okay?
You gonna go?
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night.